Tonight on KGW News, the TikTok trend that's making these cars a target for thieves.
It's just rampant.
Plus, scuba sleuths. An Oregon team gives another family closure by diving for clues.
That's not a moment that is easy. They have a 16-year-old daughter that's never coming home again.
And the COVID connection with diabetes. Local researchers hope to unravel the mystery. Your news starts now. And we begin tonight with what appears to be a social media challenge that has people committing felonies across our area. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. It's a TikTok trend with real-life consequences, and especially if you drive one of two specific brands. Let's bring in Catherine Cook. And Catherine, it seems crooks have their eyes on Kia and Hyundais.
Those are the two brands, Laurel. I spoke with a victim tonight. She's frustrated and hopes that by getting the word out, she can at least warn others about what's happening. Fortunately, she did get her car back, but there was a lot of damage and a calling card of sorts that other victims are also finding.
With everything else going on, nobody needs this.
Someone stole Laura Hall's car. It happened the afternoon of August 10th. Her brown 2016 Kia Soul was parked outside her house on North Detroit Avenue when it happened.
In the span of just a few minutes, someone broke the rear window and took the Kia. It appeared to be sort of a team of people working on this.
Laura and her neighbors compared security notes. They think the crooks had been driving these white Kia Souls when they rolled up.
Found that multiple people in the neighborhood had had Kias stolen within 24 hours. Several of them were white Kias.
Someone found Laura's stolen Kia ditched about a mile away. It was out of gas, missing a car seat, its steering column dismantled, and there was this.
They engraved Kia Boys into the dashboard and the interior driver's side door.
It's a message a lot of car theft victims are finding, which leads them to a series of recent videos shared on TikTok, like this one. Kia Boys show how to steal a car.
How do you actually steal a Kia? Is it an easy process?
Hell yeah.
Could you show us how it looks to steal a car?
The videos show crooks using tools and USB drives to start the vehicles, a trick that's working on Kia's manufacture between 2014 and 2021.
Started with a charger piece, like this.
Crooks are also mentioning Hyundais on social media and targeting those cars as well. Portland police stats show how big the problem is locally. Take a look. In July 2021, theft victims reported a total of 18 stolen Kias and Hyundais. Last month, it was 84.
It's really frustrating.
Laura isn't surprised.
My friend actually just caught someone in the act of trying to steal his Hyundai today. It's just rampant.
So what to do? Police say owners should focus on the basics, things like parking in well-lit or secure areas whenever possible. Another option? Steering wheel locks and aftermarket ignition kill switches can also help. David, back to you.
How incredibly frustrating. Catherine, thank you. Let's bring you the latest now on the man shot 4 times by a Hillsborough police officer. The family says they are now considering legal action against the department. 20-year-old Jose Juan Aguilar Mandujano, his family tells us, is in critical condition. Let's back up, though, because last Friday afternoon, Hillsborough police said one of their officers was attacked near Southeast 11th and Washington. That is right behind the West Precinct. Now, Aguilar Mandujano's family today said he didn't have a weapon. They believe, based on the response, that, in their words, the officer lacked training.
He is only a young man of young age with a thin frame, and that this proves that the Hillsborough Police Department have poor training.
Siendo su última opción.
Because the officer was not able to stabilize him first with a taser, pepper spray, or a single shot in the foot being his last option.
Now, Aguilar Mandujano's family did not take questions today, citing a possible lawsuit. By the way, no word on the name of the officer or the extent of their injuries. We did reach out to Hillsborough Police again today. A spokesperson says they are planning to release more information soon.
Now let's get you caught up in tonight's other headlines. The man killed in a shooting in the Hazelwood neighborhood has been identified. 40-year-old Scott Tovar was shot last Wednesday by East Burnside and Southeast 127th Avenue. Police haven't made any arrests yet.
An update on the blaze that tore through Portland's historic Roseway Theater earlier this month. Fire investigators were able to enter the burned out shell today and determine the fire was not deliberately set. Instead, they say they believe it was an accident and the cause electrical. The Northeast Portland Theater was first built in 1924.
A man police describe as a prolific graffiti vandal is now in custody and headed to court tomorrow. Portland police say 22-year-old Emile Laurent turned himself in this morning. This is a photo of when they searched his home earlier this year. Investigators say they found this bag of markers. He's accused of tagging more than a dozen businesses, including a public storage facility, Portland General Electric, and American Medical Response.
A Multnomah County jury has awarded the largest race discrimination verdict in the state history against Walmart. Now, the retail giant has been ordered to pay millions of dollars in damages after Michael Mangum, who is black, says he was racially profiled and then harassed by store security. Mangum says he was shopping for light bulbs at the Walmart in Wood Village in March 2020 when store security started following him and then told him to leave. When Mangum objected, the employee said he'd call police and then falsely claimed Mangum had threatened to smash him in the face. Now, on Friday, a Multnomah County jury ordered Walmart to pay $4.4 million in damages, $4 million of those punitive. The lawsuit argued negligence in part because, according to Mangum's attorney, Walmart ignored concerns from law enforcement about that employee's pattern of false reports.
Walmart thinks the police work for them. Walmart has no respect for the community. It has no respect for its customers. And news about this guy went all the way up to the corporate headquarters. Nothing happened.
In response, Walmart said it does not tolerate discrimination. A spokesperson called the verdict, quote, excessive and not supported by the evidence. Now, this case falls under a new law that allows people to sue if anyone improperly calls police with the intent to discriminate or humiliate another person. The law was created by State Representative Janelle Bynum after she was racially profiled while canvassing door to door in her Clackamas neighborhood.
An Oregon-based diving crew has helped discover the car of a missing teenager in California. On Sunday, private dive team Adventures with Purpose discovered the car of 16-year-old Kylie Rodney, along with human remains in a lake near the Sierra Nevada campground. She was last seen at a party August 6th in the same area. Law enforcement officials said they have not been able to positively identify the body yet, but said it is more than likely Rodney. Search members Doug Bishop and Nick Wren were on nightly news earlier tonight and described what they saw when they stepped in to help in the investigation.
The vehicle didn't stand out like a sore thumb. I had to make several passes over it to kind of verify what I was seeing.
That's not a moment that is easy. They have a 16-year-old daughter that's never coming home again.
We don't know if Rodney drove into the lake or was a victim of foul play, but an autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow to officially identify the remains and cause of death.
We've got two COVID updates tonight, including a new vaccine that will soon be available for kids. The FDA has granted emergency use authorization for the Novavax vaccine in children ages 12 to 17. In July, the company was granted emergency authorization for its two-dose vaccine for adults. The Novavax shot is a protein-based vaccine that is different from the mRNA technology used by Pfizer and Moderna. And Pfizer, by the way, now asking the FDA to authorize its latest COVID booster for ages 12 plus. That's the one that aims to target Omicron subvariants. And as it becomes more and more clear COVID is not going away, we're also learning more about its ripple effects, and that includes its connection to new cases of diabetes. Tim Gordon reports on how local researchers are now using monkeys in their mission to find answers.
OHSU's research monkeys are once again going to help solve medical mysteries, this time to answer questions related to why some people who've been infected with COVID-19 develop type 1 diabetes after their COVID symptoms fade.
And so the exact mechanism, the changes that cause these things How severe they are and how long they're going to last is still pretty unclear.
Charles Roberts is one of the study's lead researchers. He says they will study 20 rhesus macaques, split into two groups, one obese and one not. All will be infected with COVID-19.
And so we hope to, in the non-human primate model, where we know these animals in the study did not have pre-existing diabetes of any type. And so anything we see is going to be really this new COVID-triggered diabetes.
If diabetes does develop in the test monkeys, researchers will examine the reasons why, so that methods can be developed to treat and hopefully prevent.
We're going to be focusing on particular cells in the pancreas, particularly the islets that make insulin and other things that regulate glucose metabolism.
Along with diabetes and obesity, experts have been watching for other health problems in people that appear to be spurred by COVID-19, especially those who've gotten long COVID. That includes kidney disease, heart failure, stroke, even hair loss and impotence. This study, through OHSU's Oregon National Primate Research Center, may help there too.
And so while we're focusing on a particular aspect, then the material we get can be shared and used to look at quite an array of potential post-COVID disorders.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.
OHSU was awarded a $2.5 million National Institutes of Health grant for that study. It's set to run 2 years, though Roberts says they could start seeing results as soon as 6 months.